know how long I've been waiting for this? For Hasbro to actually acknowledge that Hearts of Steel is a thing, and it would make for some cool toys. Because I've been waiting a long time for Hearts of Steel figures. And we're getting 2-packs. I hope we get more, but for now we have the main 4 characters. We've got Optimus and Starscream in this 2-pack. Then we're going to have Megatron and Bumblebee in another 2-pack. Me personally, give me the rest of the Seekers. Give me a Nemesis Prime. Give me a Cliff Jumper. Give me a Shockwave, please. I need a massive boat Shockwave in my life now, mega desperately. But yeah, this looks super awesome. I love the box. This box is 100% a keeper. Super gorgeous. And this is a slip cover as well. The box is still really awesome other than that. Look at all this like machinery and everything. Very steampunk. And then of course it opens up and we see our pretty much like deluxe scale Optimus and Starscream in there. Not gonna lie, I do wish they were a little bit more on the Voyager side. But I'm very happy to just have these in general. They look super mega awesome. I cannot wait to get these open. Alrighty, let me go ahead and open these up, and let's play with our Industrial Revolution Transformers. An Optimus that turns into a train. How cool is that? Getting this 2-pack out of the box and transforming them a couple times, I gotta say, I am not disappointed. These figures are not perfect. They've got, you know, little quirks here and there. But for me, honestly, weird little quirks here and there is something I am perfectly fine with when it comes to Transformers. And with how long I've been waiting, especially for a Hearts of Steel Optimus in my collection, I am so happy with these. I thought about getting like Night Morphers, you know, those Mastermind Creations third-party figures, but they're very expensive, and I've heard mixed things on durability and all that. So I waited, I sat patiently, and finally Hasbro has delivered. We've got Optimus and Starscream here. I want to talk about Starscream first, because Optimus is the main event for me, but this Starscream is still really cool. So yeah, these figures are essentially like deluxe class size, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I honestly think that this size suits these characters and these designs really well. Starscream, as you can see, is still going to turn into an aerial vehicle, but he's going to be very heavy in the Industrial Revolution, let's just put it that way. He's got propellers, he's got very bat-like wings, very bat-like, and that's emphasized as well with these little wings on his toes. Yeah, he's got a very interesting look to him. You can have these wings fully collapsed if you'd like. I think they kind of added those hinges mostly for the packaging, because you're probably supposed to just have them fully out. But I kind of compromised. I put him halfway. He's got these really cool guns on his arms instead of null rays. You can see like all the engine compartments still in his chest. Very Starscream-esque design still. Very Starscream. Now, you may not like this thing over his head. It seems like that is the design, like it's supposed to be there. But if you really don't like it, you can move this panel down and just kind of have that as like a little butt skirt. And you can just have this down if you would rather him not have that. So the option is there. He's still going to have something behind his head. I personally actually do like the look of that. It almost looks like a cowl of sorts, like something kind of over his head. I don't know. I just kind of dig that look. Yeah, it's a very neat design. Getting in close, I particularly enjoy this head sculpt. It's very different for Starscream. He's got like little, you know, wings sticking off the side of his head, but he still has the vents you would kind of expect. I really do enjoy all of the gold and all the like night-like detailing. I mean, they called them Night Morphers for the third-party figures for a reason. These have very like medieval robot designs, even though they're Industrial Revolution. I don't know, kind of just, it's a weird design element that just works for these. It kind of continues that design element of, yeah, these are really old. Essentially, Hearts of Steel is like, what if the Transformers woke up like 100 years too early and they had to adapt with the times? Looking at the Starscream, I gotta say, I'm really hoping we get Thundercracker and Skywarp too. I would love to see the Seekers in this mold. It would just be so neat and interesting. Speaking of this mold, how does it pose? How does it articulate? So when it comes to spinning features, all of the propellers spin very nicely. The head is just on a swivel from what I can gather, but you can swivel it side to side. The shoulders, it's actually kind of interesting. He's got like shoulder pads separate from the shoulders. They can move the shoulders up and down. You can move them out to the side. He has a elbow swivel, not a bicep swivel. And he's got, like, interestingly detented elbows. Like, it's not like the traditional Ratchet. Like, it's almost like an old school detent, like we would have seen from, like, figures about 12 years ago. But it feels nice. It's okay. Nothing at the waist for how the transformation works, but you do have these side skirts so you can move out of the way. You also have a front skirt you can move out of the way. That allows you to get the legs out this far, and the legs can move forward that much. And you have a thigh swivel. You have pretty decent knee bend. Look at all the detail in his leg. That's very impressive. Then the ankles can move, not really up, but they can move down, and they have some side-to-side tilt. So overall, his articulation is pretty nice, especially for a character design as oddball as this. Very, very interesting look for Starscream, but I am definitely here for it. Optimus Prime next. Again, it really has that, like, Industrial Revolution and medieval vibe. Like, especially the head. Like, he almost looks like he has knight armor on his head. The little ears actually look like little smokestacks now. He's got, like, little stacks on his shoulders still. The main smokestack actually becomes his gun, which is really cool. He does have a shield that pops off from the vehicle, like from the train, and that would bug me, but I actually like the look of that shield. I actually kind of dig it. I don't know if it can go on his back. I actually haven't tried yet. Like, I don't really see a spot how it could fit. You might be able to, like, finesse it if you're that bothered, but me personally, I actually like it as a shield. It does mean that is kind of an element of parts forming, which is a little irritating, but it's technically an accessory, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I love the look of this guy. He pretty much has no kibble. Like, he's pretty clean. He's got a very nice silhouette to him. It's very Hearts of Steel, and I am definitely here for it. Dude, just look at that head sculpt. That is one of the coolest Optimus Prime heads I've seen in a long time. And it's super expressive, too. It's on a really nice ball joint. That's honestly what I really wanted out of 86 Optimus. I wanted a nice, expressive head joint. At least this one's got it. I'll take that. He's got some really nice gold, again, just like how Starscream did. Kind of adds some design symmetry between the two. A lot of nice sculpted rivets. Starscream had them, but I feel like they're even more prevalent on this Optimus. The legs are really nice and tight. Like they're... Oh, that happens sometimes with mushroom pegs. They just kind of work themselves out. That's okay. Seems like it'll stick in now, though. But yeah, the legs are very nice and, like, compact and tight. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it seems like if I kind of rotate it to an unnatural degree, like moving in, it just works itself out. Like right about there, but it's not doing it anymore because I'm pointing it out and it just hates me. Well, anyways, the legs look nice. That's the main point I'm trying to make. I like how the legs look. The waist armor is a little frustrating because it looks cool, right? It's got like this nice skirt design, but it does limit the articulation going forward. And interestingly, it doesn't limit it in the way you would think it would. It's just a little frustrating. But I mean, just look at this. He just has such a cool vibe to him. And I think that massively expressive head joint is like carrying a lot of the essence that this guy has. Like, this is one of the coolest Optimus figures I've seen and handled in a long time. I can see this guy being on my top 10 of 2025 easy. For his articulation, I already showed how his head is on a super mega expressive ball joint that I absolutely love. I feel like he got all of the head articulation and Starscream just got a swivel. Speaking of swivel, he has a swivel at the shoulder. And you may think, oh no, that means he's not going to move. That's okay. He has an outward hinge right here. So that's a swivel and that's the hinge that gets you all the articulation you need. He has a bicep swivel. He has elbows that bend pretty nice. They bend over 90 degrees. I'm not going to say it, you already know. His waist does rotate, which is very nice. I definitely appreciate a nice waist swivel on an Optimus. This is the only point of articulation now that I do not like. The legs move out just fine. Like, it's no problem. The legs move out just fine. It's moving forward. So you would expect for these panels to, like, get in the way. But you can hinge them out of the way. But still, that's all the range you can get. Because the spot where those panels plug in is just a little too much in the way of the leg. I feel like if the leg just had a little bit of a drop down or was just positioned a little bit lower, you could get full forward motion, but you just cannot. Interestingly, though, you can get full motion backward. How bizarre is that? I already showed that thigh swivel that now it seems like it's not going to come out again. I guess that was just a fluke. His knees actually bend pretty nice. That's a very nice knee bend. And then his ankles can move forward really nice. They can move back just a little bit, and he does have a decent amount of pivot. So yeah, except for those hips, literally just except for the hips, he is exceptionally poseable. I love this Hearts of Steel Optimus Prime way more than I expected to, and I already expected to love it. This thing it's definitely the winner of the 2-pack, at least for me. But that doesn't mean that Starscream's slouching. Let's go ahead and get him transformed. His transformation is actually pretty cool. I actually really like it. But it does do some interesting things that are a little confusing, I feel like. I don't know, it definitely confused me the first time I did this, and honestly, I'm probably going to get confused again. So the main thing is like how this whole chest assembly is going to like hinge up. Then you want to make sure the arms are positioned properly as well to make sure that everything just lines up. That'll just all tab. And very nice, you don't actually have to move the arm cannons. You can just rotate them on the arm. You know, you don't have to pop those off like you do on several other iterations of Starscream. Definitely appreciate that. All right, and then we'll take these bits, flip out these little connectors. This is kind of like the quad plane look. I almost said biplane, but like, isn't this technically 4 wings? But even then, he's got even more little extra wings that we're going to bring up with his legs down here. So we want to make sure that this bit is folded up. We're going to move the legs forward. And when we do that, we're going to fold this bit down. It's actually going to tab the legs in with those tabs you see right there. Just got to make sure everything's lined up right. Otherwise, it's not going to work. There we go. We got it. And then the legs, we're just going to kind of get them in a weird, like, spread position. We're just going to, like, spread the legs. I feel like they kind of didn't know what to do with the legs, to be honest. It's like they did so well, and then the legs are just going to kind of position themselves underneath the main chassis. I don't know, just it's a little lame to me, but it's not that bad. Just going to get them tabbed in right down there on this wing. Make sure it's nice and lined up. And then flip that bit in. And there we go. Here is our Starscream in his very bizarre Industrial Revolution-esque Wright Brothers looking plane mode that also looks like a bat. I honestly don't fully understand what's going on here, but it looks really cool. Still has all the propellers. Still looks really awesome. I definitely do enjoy this. Very odd splash of silver on the top. That's because this is cast in blue, I believe. Yeah, so that probably would have been better off in gray paint. But still, he's got a lot of nice red paint kind of bordering the wings. A lot of robot stuff just hanging down on the bottom. But still, it's cool looking. I like it. I definitely do enjoy this alt mode, and I need it in black and purple, and I need it in blue and silver yesterday, actually, about 10 years ago. Very cool. I almost said jet mode. Very cool flying contraption mode, I guess. All right, prime time. Unfortunately, unlike Starscream, we do have to remove his accessories. And this accessory is going to transform a little bit because his blaster is the smokestack for the train. I just can't believe that we actually have an Optimus that turns into a train. I think it's just so cool. I have been waiting for this figure for a long time. I really feel like we just do not get enough train Transformers, dude. We need way more train representation in the Transformers line. And Astro Train, to me, just he doesn't satisfy that need. Because Astro Train is just so bizarre. Because he also turns into a spaceship. So yeah, Astro Train just has too much going on to kind of fill like that train void that I've had in my life. I honestly want to see this like remolded for like a Thomas collab or something. That would be so funny. I would definitely be down for that. All right, so this is where things get tricky. The legs. Because the legs need to connect in 2 different ways that are honestly kind of contradicting each other. So one thing I really like is how this works. So this red piece, we're going to swing out, and then it's going to hinge up. Then the foot is going to fold in. And then right here, this is going to collapse, kind of Combiner Wars style. So that is really cool. But our issue here is we need to get the legs attached down there at the thigh. The thigh needs to attach at a vertical connection, and then this slot needs to attach right there at a horizontal connection. So we're trying to connect boop, boop, like all at once, and it's a pain. It's difficult. I've tried a couple different like orders of operations to get it to work, and at the end of the day, it's usually just me kind of wrestling with it. Yeah, it's not the worst, though. It's definitely not the worst. But it's just a little tricky. I think I actually just nailed it. Oh my gosh. I think I nailed it. Oh my gosh. Whoa! Go me. Go me. Oh my gosh. I'm a hero. Alright, so this thingy-mabob, it's just going to, with these little slots right here and this thingy right here, kind of fill this spot, like the conductor's cabin, essentially. It's just going to go right there. And then the smokestack is going to go right there. So unfortunately, this train mode is going to look like complete and utter trash if you do not have all of his accessories. But honestly, getting him all done, here is our little Optimus Prime train mode, and I love him. It's so compact, it's so tiny, but it's so efficient. The transformation is so clean. I guess I figured out my leg issue. I don't know. I guess I figured it out. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I absolutely love this Hearts of Steel Optimus. I mean, look, it's a choo-choo. It's a choo-choo train. We don't have enough choo-choos in Transformers. We need more Transformer choo-choos. And this one is probably my new favorite. So there we go, guys. There is my look at the Hearts of Steel Optimus Prime and Starscream 2-pack. I love this so much. I love it so, so much. This is incredible, and I cannot wait for Bumblebee and Megatron. I cannot wait for them. They're going to be so cool to go with these. And I really hope they do more, man. I really hope they do more. I want, like, a Commander-class Shockwave. I want him huge. I would even take, like, a $150 Titan Shockwave. Give me the rest of the Seekers. Give me anything and everything Hearts of Steel. Because this is such a cool concept. It's a very cool reimagining of these characters that we just do not see enough. I feel like they're just regurgitated in the same way over and over, and I love it, but also I like more unique takes every once in a while. And Optimus being a train and Starscream being a whatever thing with propellers, it's cool. I like this a lot. Megs turns into like a cool, like, big wheeled cannon. And then Bumblebee's another choo-choo. I love these so much. And whoever designed these, I applaud you because you nailed it. You did a great job on these. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this 2-pack. I personally think it's fantastic, and that Optimus is certainly going to have a spot in my top 10 Transformers of 2025. I don't see how it's not. I love it. Thank you again so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.